Door Kickers Action Squad is here, and outside of the great title, does this one do enough in single player and co-op to justify a purchase and a spot on your Switch? Well, sit back, hit subscribe, hit like, let us know your comments below, and let's find out as we take a look with our review.
Standing waiting by the field, I better bring up the gun, I better bring up the thunder, start firing.
So with no real storyline to speak of, Door Kickers is an incredibly polished 2D experience which places varying levels of enforcement officers in platform-based levels to clear out rooms of enemies and simply save hostages. If there was a story, it would simply be, you are the hero, save the hostages. A story would have been a fantastic addition, but unfortunately for this one, it's not the case. Now when it comes to graphics, I've got to say, while I am getting 2D pixel burnout over here, this one brings more than enough polish that it works, and it works very well. The game never repeats itself, which is always a positive. This, at the end of the day, is a tactical shooter mixed in with some action movie elements, shall we say. But it would have been easy to rely on, boring rooms and office spaces. Instead, what we get is, well, we do get office spaces, but also homes, mansions, city blocks, subways. Each does enough to distinctly separate itself from the previous, with some nice background textures to really reinforce your location within the world, and just to give you a few varying options. Characters additionally move well, and while they repeat these characters frequently, often in the same room, recognising each skill set, attack speed and how you need to approach them will become a core skill set for you to ensure your success. The repeated character models actually really help here, at least that is until the rooms become greyed out and unviewable till you enter them. Now outside of the core graphics, no detail has honestly gone missed. Each room has its own identity, blood on the walls, windows smashed, hostages are seen tied on the ground. Rooms in a home make sense, that's what you'd expect to see if you was looking from the outside. Then the weapons themselves each has its own animation and fire effects that truly show the power of these weapons, alongside some really nice tracer line effects behind each bullet, just so you never get confused, never lost on where to go or where your bullets may be going. It's used a retro look within modern environments, but what it does is it balances having a pixelated look alongside some of those more smaller but modern effects, and they're clearly more advanced visual techniques, but they work together to great success. So gameplay in Door Kickers Action Squad is not an easy game at all. In fact, I think it starts harder and progressively gets easier as you start to master your skill set. This is truly a title that feels somewhat similar to a Dead Cells, in the sense that you'll have to continue to improve. Your skills start simplistic: kick doors, shoot, rescue hostages, but bullets will kill you quick and frequently for sure. In co-op the same can be said, and frequently we fall to a strategy of one player becomes the bullet sponge initially, takes the impact, clears the room, and then we switch places. Here, between levels then, we'd upgrade our characters available to us and progressively make them stronger and their skill sets somewhat more impressive. Tactics here, it's really the name of the game. While it's easy to storm a room and open fire, I quickly found out that's not a good path to winning. Instead, it's looking at the room, identifying the enemy types, and looking for options. Does that mean approach by ladder, maybe through a window or the roof? Door Kickers provides options and leaves the choice up to you. Strategy also comes into play with in-level perks. Use a health kit or maybe upgrade, revive a teammate, add an extra life. Use them wisely as they don't come around often. Now when it comes to the gameplay, controls are simplistic: movement, jump, special abilities such as roll or melee, and duck. Shooting only takes place left to right, and aiming up and down is not an option. This would be my main inclusion for the game. Frequently I would draw enemies outside where I could aim diagonally down and shoot them if I'd wanted to, but unfortunately it's not an option, so it's just jump down and hope for the best. It's maybe not what the visuals portray either, but this is a hard as nails 2D tactical puzzle game, essentially, that demands attention, strategy, and a little bit of luck. If I did have a complaint, I would say this is great fun in small bursts, but it quickly gets repetitive if you stick around too long. Play this in small bursts with friends, you're going to love it. But frustration in the ramping difficulty, which is expected, alongside that same clear room formula over and over again, it doesn't do much for its longevity in single sit sessions. Finally, sound and music. Really, when it comes to elemental sounds, the only real thing of note is the weapons. These things are loud, and rightly so. They add to the intensity of battle, But where this one shines, it's the soundtrack. This thing kicks ass, embodying the action movie formula it's clearly going for. If tense, fast-paced chiptune soundtracks are your thing, you may have just found your new favourite soundtrack to sit back to. I would buy this one in seconds given the option. So Door Kickers Action Squad, it's a great experience adding to the Switch's library where it does enough to distinguish itself as something different for your library. In single player, it's fun, but co-op is where the game really shines. The strategy involved can be challenging, combat is satisfying, and visually it really is nice. But as I've said, repetitive level structure means it's a game best played in those short bursts, rather than something you would sink hours into. If you do pick this one up, expect challenge, and that's the main reason I did enjoy it honestly. A tactical title doesn't deserve the description of tactical if it doesn't kick your ass more than you kick theirs. Get your brain going here and get ready for a hell of an entertaining short burst challenge. Today we're giving Door Kickers Action Squad an 8 out of 10, just short of a must buy, but it's definitely a good. Thanks so much for watching. What did you think? Will you be picking this one up? Will you not? Let us know in the comments below, hit subscribe, hit like, and we'll see you all on the next Gaming X.